Hey, what's up guys, it is Orange Glazer here, and today I'm showing you my 2020 loadouts for all of my classes. And I thought I would make this video because, you know, I'm working on some bigger video projects right now, and I feel like this would be a smaller video that would be easy to push out, so might as well give you guys something to watch while you're waiting on some actual good content. So let's begin. First, in my loadout we have the Scout, and yes, this is my actual loadout. We have a Nutcracker Scattergun stat track, and I just really love the way it looks in game. Have the Flying Guillotine and the Rapid Assassin just to get like the maximum amount of damage to get on your enemies. You can literally throw like 2 projectiles out before you actually start shooting them, and sometimes that can actually be very good to like start racking up some damage. And you may notice that I have the Ghostly Gibbous and the Pyrovision goggles equipped. Honestly, if you're being a scout, then you're usually trying to annoy people, and I feel like this is probably the best way you can do that. And then I have the Genuine BLAPBASH Benefactor 2019 badge. This is just a badge because BLAPBASH Co. is pretty awesome. I love the charities they do, and you know, I like to wear it because why not? And last of all, I guess you have the Australian Jungle Inferno Contractor. I don't know, I think that's for show mostly, to be honest. There's nothing really special to it, but you know, it's there. Next we have the Soldier. It's a pretty basic loadout. We have the original, the Reserve Shooter, and the Escape Plan. Now, you might be wondering, why am I still using the Reserve Shooter in 2020? And you would be surprised of how good it actually is that I might make a video on it, because it can counter a lot of soldiers and it combos well if you have a rocket launcher. Next, for the cosmetics, we have the Team Captain. Pretty basic soldier hat that a lot of people love to wear, and it's overall a great fit for the soldier. You have the Lord COCKSWAIN'S Novelty Mutton Chops and Pipe. Not only is this a great beard cosmetic, but it also has a spell, and spells are pretty cool. And then we have the Dead of Night, which also has its own spell to it. It's an all-class misc, and it looks amazing on whatever class you put it on. Next we have the Pyro. For the most part, I use the Degreaser and these, the secondary and the melee switch a lot. So oh, I got a pending alert. Okay then. I usually use a flare gun and a home wrecker, but I've been switching it up recently and I've been using some new weapons, so that's probably what I'll be using more often. And we also have the regular cosmetic loadout that many of you may remember from my channel profile picture, if it's not obvious by now. It's just a really good look for the Pyro, I don't know what else to say, I love it. Next, for the Demo Man, I really love the expiration date SFM they released, so I decided I would go all out and get all the cosmetics for it. Now we have a lot of war painted weapons here, such as the Iron Bomber. It does the job. So does a Sticky Bomb launcher, and it's just a really cool loadout. You also have the NECRO Smasher, and it's a nice little Halloween melee weapon. Has the Exorcism spell on it, and is just a fantastic loadout to play around with. Next we have the Heavy. Honestly, Heavy is probably one of my favorite class to mess with the loadouts, mostly because of all the cosmetics that Heavy has. Even though I don't play it a lot, it is really fun to try and find new cosmetic loadouts. I'll show you my other cosmetic loadouts just to show you how much fun you can have with this. There's the Heavy Bird, pretty basic. There's the Engineer Heavy, cause who doesn't love being an engineer as Heavy? And then there's this. This is basically the loadout you want to go if you want to A-pose as Heavy inside of a game, which I might make a video on eventually. Next we have the Engineer loadout, and I usually switch between 2 specific loadouts. Now this is the loadout that I'll usually go if I'm playing like a real engineer, I'm holding defenses, and all these cosmetics are from the end of the line update as seen inside of the SFM. This is the cosmetic loadout that the engineer wears. My other loadout for engineer is this Atrocity, which I kind of just classify as some sort of space gnome hybrid with the Widowmaker and Gunslinger. It's pretty much an ugly engineer loadout, which is kind of the main reason I like it. Then we have the medic. Honestly, such a great looking loadout with the team captain coming in again. Fun fact about the team captain is that the colors are not exactly the same whenever you place them on the different classes that you can put it on. So I put it on medic, and it surprisingly matches well with the beard that the medic has. And then you also have their WINTERMANTEL. It's a nice looking sweater for the medic. And you can't go wrong with some plaid war paints for your weapons. Not to mention this WINTERMANTEL is also crafted by me. So pretty neat. Almost done. This is the sniper loadout. We have probably one of my favorite war paints inside of the game. The Dress to Kill sniper rifle. It has a nice little gloss to it, and you kind of just rock it with the rage-inducing Jarate in the Bushwhacker. So now onto the cosmetics for the sniper. Originally I used the Snow Scoper. Fun fact, I crafted it using untradeable refined metal, so I'll never be able to give that away. But it matches extremely well with the Jungle Inferno hat that you get from the Jungle Inferno pass. Or at least that's where I got it from. And then slap on the breakneck baggies and you have a really cozy looking sniper loadout. Okay. Last of all, probably one of my favorite and one of the most annoying issues I have with this loadout. But let's start with the weapons. We have the Ambassador. I do surprisingly well even after the patch, so I still use it to this day. I have the bloom buffed knife. I was kind of just looking for a team colored knife whenever I was trying to look for a knife for my spy, so this works just as well. Server clearing dead ringer. I've probably had this for years because 4,600 deaths is probably a lot of time being used. And then we have a festive sapper. It was actually gifted to me by one of my subs. Really appreciate it. It does the job. It looks really cool. Because who doesn't love a little festivity whenever you're destroying someone's sentry or dispenser? And then probably the reason why this is one of my favorite loadouts out of all the classes is because of the spells and just the way this looks. So the Harmburg has Spectral Spectrum on it. The Graylien. I just love the idea of spy not being human, and instead you're playing as some sort of alien spy. And then you have the Dead of Night, which was originally supposed to be a spy cosmetic before they made it all class, and that also has Spectral Spectrum. So really, that's been all of my class loadouts. Nothing too special, but I thought it would be a little something fun to show off while I work on my next videos. And if you have any good loadout recommendations, I would love to hear them in the comments below. What is your favorite loadout in TF2? I want to hear all about it, and I'll be hearting some of the comments down below. So that's been it for this video. If you liked this video, click like. If you want to see more of this type of content, subscribe because I'm going to keep doing more. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.